Hello, everybody. Welcome on into the Dungeon Lounge. I definitely did not let my phone go to sleep and then maybe delay the start of stream a little. Hi, happy Tuesday. I hope everybody's doing well. It's Tuesday, isn't it? Feels like it's been a while since I streamed because I didn't stream on the weekend and I didn't stream on Friday. So it's like, what is this? How many centuries has it been? But it's Tuesday. But hello, Lenneth. Hello, Teacup. Hello, Tater. Many teas. And I'm real fake naps. But yes, we are back to work more on my Imperial Knight boy. Doing some starting work on the Mimic. I wanted to do some cutting of the... So, like, here, I'll bring the reference image up. Oop. That's... What? What did that change? What the... That's not what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be the Mimic. Why is it not that? Why is it Bubsy? What happened? That's not what it's supposed to be. Okay, give one moment. Technical difficulties are technical difficulty. I have no idea how that happened. Man, Grim is vehemently shaking his head.
I have been on the couch waiting.
There it is. This is what it's supposed to be. Now it's too big. Now it's just too big.
Oh, there's a cat on
you. Now it's just too big. There he is. Beg pardon? Oh, the baby's here. The baby is also here. Well, I figured out. Yeah, I don't know. We have completely different technical setup. Grim's far outpaces my own. But yeah.
Oh, look at you. You're so cute. Yes, you are, kitty.
He's
yes,
like,
you are.
Can I sneak up? Are you going to sneak up?
Yes, we have entirely different setups. We don't share a computer.
No.
Also, then the question, how would we be able to play stuff like that?
True enough. All right. So, yes, I hope everyone's doing okay. It's been a minute. I'm going to try and work on some banding for the sun. Question is, how wide do I want to make these? And then in theory, I kind of want them to fold along the sides. They're quite thick in the reference image, so I'm gonna go for. Sorry, here we go. I think I'm looking at about 3 millimeters. 3 millimeters. So if we want 3 and then foldy, so we want 6 in total with a half point by point. How's everybody doing? One. Oh, hello, extra pan. Okay, and then this, if I recall correctly, is 1.5. Might be less. It is 1. You won $20 on the spin wheel. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I'm glad you're doing good. I just realized I didn't take off my Fitbit, and I'm going to take that off, if only because I think it has a bad glare, and I don't like that. No glare. So we need it to be 1 centimeter. Okay. And then in theory, I'm going to need to do this 4 more times. Because there are 4 sides to a box. Did I say, like, oh, I didn't realize anyone wanted to hear about the concert. I could talk about the concert for sure. Yeah. So the performers at the concert were Apocalyptica, Lindsay Sterling, and Hailstorm. Of those I'm the least familiar with Lindsay Sterling. I primarily went for Apocalyptica and what's it called? And Hailstorm. It was pretty good. It was a nice night overall. Apocalyptica generally stuck to their Metallica covers, which I get given that they're the opener and they're there to warm up the crowd, you know. They're not exactly going to play their OG material. They're going to play what will get a crowd of people hyped up, and Metallica does that job. Oh, I mean, I didn't realize you were hanging on my every word. It's just awkward. Okay. I'm measuring. The thing I was surprised about is they were very much advertising the tour as like being for specific albums. So I didn't think I was going to hear quote unquote the classics from Hailstorm. I thought I was just going to hear their newest album. I'm pleasantly surprised that they did the big hits, which I was happy to hear. I am not, this is, bear in mind, not a complaint. It was unexpected but welcome. Yeah, pleasantly surprised. Should have written a line. Oh well. Pew! Pew! I'm not going to worry about being too precise here, if only because like the drawing is like they're straight lines, but they're not like he is the mimic is gloriously what's the right word to put this asymmetrical a little bit. So I'm not going to worry too much about. Hello. Feral Beast has left. I regret to advise. She was too intimidated by the cardboard. But yeah. Also, look, my nails are a color. Sorry, chipping though. You try and do something real fancy and it just chips already. Two more. 3. It's a little. Okay. Honk. I heard a car outside and it went honk. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. I'm in deep concentration. Rulers are hard work, did you know? Serious business rule. I just realized you can't even see the lines. I promise I drew some lines here. I promise. Hello, Glare. How are you? Okay, this is the last set. And then I am free from lines for a little bit. And I can cut out the line. I did miss streaming. It was one of those things where I think I remarked at the very beginning. It was weird, especially because I ended up having to take Sunday off as well because hello, headache. Ugh. I got to lie in bed and be useless for 2 entire days. That'll teach me to go outside. No, that's not fair. It seems to be in the weather. I've heard a lot of people not having a good day. I know what the doggos. Walk them doggos. And doggos. I'm gonna walk that dog. Put and that down. Did I not cut decisively enough? I did not. Gotta do a little. Ah, okay. You can smooth that out. Ah, have fun. Yeah. Yeah, it seems to have been something with there was like a sudden shift to like last week was like 28 degrees for some dumb reason, which, hello, it's September. We're coming out at the end of September, right? Like, this is not a time to have 28 degrees. Please, thank you. No. But yeah, then it kind of swung to like cool and like rainy, and now it's shifting back to warm again. So it just feels like anyone who reacts to pressure just was down. And then, of course, I got better just in time to go to work on Monday. Yay. Okay. Spooky season. Yes, we're getting there. I'm a big fan of the spooky season. So I've been told you're not allowed to say spooky anymore. I don't know if that's true or not. There we go. Okay, so 3 pieces. So the plan next is to score the middle piece to bend nicely over the edges. So hopefully I don't cut through. We're aiming to score. So a little bit of pressure, but not all of the pressure. Did I do that, or did I accidentally just cut through? There we go. Okay. And then we just do a little testy fit. Okay, I ended up a little high. It is not flush. I think we could trim it just a little bit. Just an ittle bittle bit. Ittle bittle. I don't want to do too much because then you have to start over. Because if you go under, that's no good. That work? No, it didn't. It slid under. Okay. Decisive holding. Oops, I think I just got the ruler. That! You're supposed to hold in place. Yeah. I've got but that's what it's there for. Oops. There. Okay. Let's test again. Okay, that's better. Yeah, I like that. This one. Okay, this one also. They all need to be scored. I'm jumping. But you aren't an exacto. Thank you for bongos of belief. I mean, the great thing is if I mess up this cutting, I can always just cut more pieces. Cardboard is a not hard to find resource. That's because I was too proactive and recycled most of it. But I suspect cardboard has just suddenly also magically arrived.
Right, but what has right?
Oh. All right, chat. It's time for... Oh, thank you. My misty slush has arrived. Ooh. Look at that electric green. It looks like an apple, but it's not an apple. It's lemon lime. Oh, that's lemon lime. It is exactly as expected. It's pretty good. Like I would say, it reminds me of like a very concentrated Sprite without any carbonation. It depends on whether or not I guess the description is good for you. All right, I gotta put that down. Okay, do I need to trim this piece back? No, I don't. Okay. Because it lines up here, so we'll make that work. Okay. Well, here.
It is indeed a slush.
And then how is your blizzard? Your audio blizzard?
I haven't started.
Okay. Fair enough.
Grim has been having a terrible last 48 hours. So I decided I deserve. For once, I'm the sweet tooth. Isn't actually all that usual.
Yeah, you're usually more savory. And that's okay. You're all out.
Sure.
Oh, it is? Okay. I can fix that.
Grim, go up. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everyone. Or goodbye, Grim. There. That should hopefully help. There we go. Bendy. Last one. Probably helps I just realized my mic was also a little far away. That probably doesn't help either. Oh, 1 second. Ugh. I appreciate that no one redeemed the hydrate while I was lacking a drink. So I do realize with a slushie, I'm on the clock to chug the bitch before it becomes unslushy. My headset's being a little loosey poosey. There we go. Okay, those pieces are not good. Okay, all good. So now the challenging part is to do the same thing for the top part. So like this part isn't so bad. Like you just need to make a long piece and then bend it. It's this making a nice fitting curved piece for this part. So I think I'll try and work off my template. I just get a sense of it. Okay, so if anything, okay, so I see the wisdom here. Okay. We can do this. So we'll use that. And then this part will come, we'll worry about that next. One thing at a time. Hello? Girl Beast, what did you do? What hit my foot? Okay, first you may come over. Please greet your adoring fans. Please tell everyone you love them. Yeah, come on. Don't knock things over there. Yeah, meow. Tell everyone hello. Tell them you love them.
Oh, look at you. You're so cute. Yes, you are, kitty.
You're like,
yes,
mother.
you are.
Mother. Hi. Yeah. This cord to my headphones keeps being in the way. I rub your tummy. I rub your tummy. Yes. Everyone loves you, feral beast. There is no one who doesn't love you. There's just people who haven't met you yet. Oh, tail. Yes. I feel bad that the cardboard's kind of blocking her. Boop. Boop. You want a mohawk? I can give you a mohawk. Very small mohawk, but here you go. Mohawk. There you go. I gave you the smallest mohawk. Yeah. Yeah. No. Having a hard time? What do you see? Yeah. That's cardboard. Don't eat the cardboard. No. Oh no. No. That's not safe for babies. You got a little bit of goop in your goop. There you go. I give you lots of attention so when I get back to work, you won't be like, mother. I'm going to drink break. Ooh. Oops. Do you want a drinky? You're like, no, I don't want that. Oh, is this for a scammer of labubbles? Yeah, oh no. So like, where it's like, comprehend. The sky is brown. Would you like a labugu? They stole my grandmother's teeth. The feral beast wakes at dawn. She stole my truck. 1 star. Would not do again. Maybe, see if you can get people to do reviews in like haiku. Like shitty reviews in haiku. I think there's a market in that. Let's see if I can come up with one off the top of my head while I've got baby here. All right. Feral beast. Okay, so you're 3 syllables. We're gonna count this out. Okay. Feral. So what is it? 575. Okay. Feral beast. This isn't going anywhere. You're too many syllables. The cat on the lap. Okay, here we go. The cat on the lap. We're gonna write this down. The cat on the lap. Oh, I'm writing a haiku. Steals, I think that's 1 syllable. Steals the hearts. Yeah, I think again that's 1 syllable. Steals the hearts. I need 4 syllables. I need more syllables about how great you are. Steals the hearts of all who. Wait, did I say? Steals the hearts of all who view. There we go. Hearts of all who view. Bitch stole my truck. Oh, wait, I need that bitch. There we go. That bitch stole my truck. There you go. Elizabeth. Elizabeth 2025. My haiku. Excuse me. Wakey happy, please. No. Bad. All right. The webcam witnessed the beauty of my haiku and then broke. Reviews. Make your own stupid story for why I'm terrible here. Oh. Fair enough. There. What do you think? Do you like it? Here. We'll do. Should I be working on my mini? Yeah, probably. And we only fill in one of them. What's that one? Would leave 0 if I could. Would leave 0. Would leave 0 if I could. Oh, that's 7 syllables. We'll work around this. Would. We're gonna do a line 1 and line 3. I don't know why I'm doing this. This has become my life. I'm making haikus that are terrible reviews. I want more. Oh, here we go. I want more drama. Would leave 0 if I could. Fake ass. I don't want to use bitch again. I use bitch here. You can't just. I think so. I think it has to do with her vigilantism for people who are trying to scam. Yeah, I've decided to make it haikus. I've upped the challenge level and making it haikus. I want more drama. Would leave 0 if I could. Give back my $10. No, that's 2 syllables. Give back my. I need. Oh no, Run the Jewels is here to show me up with their rhymes, and I'm like, give back $10. Yeah, give back $10. And it's like there's no R here. Dollars. And then I sign it. 2025. My original do not steal. Don't steal my reviews. If you can even see them. Maybe I'll post them in Discord later. Probably not. Probably not a good idea. Anyways. Oh, you gotta go, Feral Beast? Okay. Okay, Feral Beast is leaving. I'll get back to work now. Oh, did you change your mind? You want to say something to your people? You want to say something? Any wisdom? Show your peats? Show your peats? Okay, no. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Okay. At least give us a review. No. Feral Beast She is not required to regale us with shit. Okay. Okay. And then we'll do a second one. They said a lot of swear words. That's uncouth. My playlist is jumping around today. Oh, that's okay. Is there a particular reason you want all the negative reviews? I'm assuming it's to make fun of someone else. But I could be wrong. Oh, say review on me? Oh, Jesus. Honey, someone is wrong on the internet. I swear. Oh, yeah, Tater, while you're gone, my drink arrived. It's a Misty Slush from Dairy Queen. It's lemon lime. My tongue is going to be green. Oh, no, oh, 1 second. I think I gave myself brain freeze. Oops. Oh, I did. Oh, I have regrets. Okay. Okay. The eternal struggle with the slushy. Don't give yourself brain freeze. Ooh. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know, like, as we're starting to get into winter, Dairy Queen's hours are about to tank. It's true, because I got the lemon lime flavor, so I think it tastes like Sprite without carbonation, which is not a selling point. I just realized I just realized before I cut this out, I need to do one other thing. And that is I have to do the interior measurement. Oops. So it's 3 millimeters. Not that. Uno, dos, tres. There we go. There we go. You can always add more lines later. There we go. There we go. All better. Yeah, I mean, basically Sprite's just concentrated lemon lime flavor. Which I like, because I like both lemons and limes. But if that is not your jam, this slush will not change your mind. And that's okay. You can be wrong. You can be wrong if you wanna. You can be wrong on the net. Because if you're wrong and you're wrong on the net, then you're just like everybody else? I don't know. I don't know how to safety dance that. Uno, dos, tres. I don't know why I said that in Spanish. There we go. A band. Is that what you call them? I don't know. Back to exact doing. Back to the cutting. I just realized I should probably do the inner ring first. You gotta be careful. Don't cut your digits. Your digits. you need those unless you use your feet, because that is something some people do. I am not one of those people, though. I do not know what I'm saying. Did I cut through? No, I haven't cut through. More pressure. So before I started streaming today, I was having dinner. I was watching a documentary. I might use that word loose. That was talking about. Do you guys remember when a bunch of people on the internet decided to storm Area 51 with a Naruto run? It was that. It's like, what crazy times we used to live in back in the year of our Lord 2019. Woo. The before times. I do it? Okay, I almost just got to a little. I'll be honest, the whole time I was thinking of it, I don't know if you guys remember way back when I played Shadow Hearts from the New World on stream, and you go to Area 51 to find Roger Bacon. That's what was going through my brain. Yeah. You know, during the first Trump presidency, when, you know, that was more of the joke presidency, and we're like, oh, this is the worst you get. All right, first up, let's do a quick test fit. Does this work? Uh-oh. I made it too big. How did this happen? That's why we test. And we can just make more. So, yeah, it's just overall, you can see it like from here. Now, there is a question here. Maybe it works being oversized, because when I put down a piece of cardboard to be the banding ridge, I don't know what sentences are, then that actually could actually work. Okay, so let's kind of see. Yeah, that actually it might work. Actually, I might have unintentionally done something very smart. What fools we were, yeah. Who wants to go back to that time? Yeah, actually, I think that works. I think that'll work. Okay, cool. Then I don't have to do more. Then I don't have to do more cutting. That works. Though I think I do need to clean up the cut on the interior, but I can do that in uno momento. What were you guys doing in 2019? Do you remember? I don't know if I remember. I wasn't streaming yet. I don't even knew what VTubers were yet in 2019. I don't think I learned about that until the pandemic. What's a VTuber? Oh, wow, yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I remember you saying the pandemic kind of like derailed a lot of that for you. Yeah, it is. It's like, it's weird to look back on it. You know what I mean? Where it's like, we were so young, so innocent. Well, I mean, I was still 27 then, but. Yeah, actually, that'd be the same for me, Teacup. I would say, yeah, because, yeah, 2019 was the last year I went. And funnily enough, that year was weird for me because I had fucked up my ankle pretty badly during like one of the last snowstorms, like in February of 2019. And like it was bad enough, like I didn't break anything, but I remember the doctor at the time saying, he's like, you might have been better off breaking it. Just because apparently it was so torn. And like I ended up having to go to physio. So I remember that last convention in 2019, I actually had to go to Con Aid because I was using a walking cane at that time to get around. So it was weird. And that's my last convention. And Mr. Cog, are we talking about we were talking about the year before the pandemic, 2019. And yeah, like I always meant to go back to a convention. Yeah, it was a little walking cane. On the positive side, like I will say, the convention did a great job with like, I got an accessibility pass that year. Like when I went to go do some signings and things like that, like I'm not saying put to the front of the line, but I did get some priority access just so I wasn't standing too long because, oof. Well, it's good that you didn't it's good that you didn't put the money down, even if it was picked out. If you didn't put the money down, at the very least, the money wasn't spent. And definitely better than before the wedding. You got out at a good spot. Because I always meant to, like when the pandemic ended, like around 2022, 2023, I was seriously considering starting to go to conventions again. But it just didn't end up working out. I wasn't entirely happy with how some of the conventions were handling what was going to be a lot of overcrowding. And then like 2023 ended up being like a weird year as it was, because that was also the year that Grimm moved to Canada. So like, a lot of that took priority, obviously. Because, you can't just be like, hello, welcome to Canada. I'm going to a con. Fuck yeah. It's not nice. Don't do that. And like I was also like in the process of moving and things like that. So like going to convention just wasn't gonna happen. And I just haven't gone since then. Both dresses are on the cloth. You should sell them. Get money. I mean, unless you want to wear them. You could, you know what you could do? Like one of those, do a photo shoot just for funsies. The Bride of Omen. Take a whole bunch of photos. And like, I don't know. That's not a wedding dress. That's a ball gown. I'm sloppy with my cuts here. Or you could be the Rose Bride. That could be fun too. But that doesn't tend to work with the white. I'm assuming if they're white dresses, you can't be a Rose Bride with a white dress. Unless you're doing the movie. I think this song also came out in 2019. No, it came out the year before. It's 2018. I just remember now. It's literally named, the year is literally name dropped in this song. It's a cover. So not the fun thing, but like the interesting thing about this song is that this cover was meant to actually have the lead singer of the Cranberries on guest vocals. But while they were recording it, I think she ended up passing away somewhere in around there. So they were like, what do we do? Do we continue with it or do we? So they ended up like releasing it without the vocals. But they'd still finish the cover because they figured at the very least it'd be a nice tribute. And I think it's a very lovely cover. I do like it. And they did a nice tribute to the singer in the music video of this song. was a pretty cheap ring. She picked it up. Menopause has changed people, but I was heartbroken on the Yes. I would say there's a lot of things like that. Yeah. Like, it's the same thing where it's like, they're a different person when they drink alcohol. It's like, no, that trait is there. Alcohol just brings it out. They lose the ability to put that version of themselves behind a filter. If someone says racist shit when they are drunk, they might be a racist. But just hiding it on their day-to-days. There's two of them. Oh, that's cool. It's like one, like a backup version. Okay. And I just need to clean up the edges. I want like nice clean, because it's supposed to be metal, right? So I want clean edges. Clean. Yeah, that makes sense. Proof of concept, and then the full princessy. Like, I don't mind a little bit of like maybe a bit of wear on it, but I want the edges to at least be. Oops. Did I cut my fingy? I didn't. Okay. Did I cut my fingy? Where'd all this blood come from? Ah! I dropped it. Okay, cool. Okay, so next is I'm going to need the piece that goes over yonder. So that's going to be a bit hard to measure. Because I know the piece that I used as the template, I ended up having to extend on. So I guess we can start that as a basis. What the fucking Oh yeah, that was cool. Yeah, so I ended up doing, it's quite a bit longer. So I'm just not halfway, but wait, where did there you are. I found you. I mean, I don't have, the thing is, I don't have like a bendy ruler right now. Or bruh. Yeah, the Fairmont York, so how nice was it? Because like I've been there for a high tea once, years and years ago. Like I'm gonna say over 10 years ago at this point. Might even be longer. Oh no, I have like one for fabric that I could get if I wanted to be unlazy and stand up and go upstairs, but I don't. So I'll figure it out. What I'm probably just do is I'm just gonna probably cut a piece that's way too long and then cut it down. Because that works. It works. And it means I just get to sit and keep you guys company and stay with you. Yay! Okay, so we want 3 millimeters. 3 millimeters. Wait, what was the question? Fairmont? Yeah. How was it? Was it pretty when you stayed there? Okay, you know what? I'm going to probably do this. I think my purpose is to be a shit, but sorry, I'm responding to the song. It's like, what's your purpose? It's definitely not an intelligent purpose. But man, I like just kind of briefly returning to that convention topic. I've been seeing a lot of like people who work in the artist alleys and just stuff like that. And like all of them are just so frustrated because like on the one hand, I'm sympathetic. A lot of the cons are in a financially shitty place following the times. But they're trying to often resolve that by putting those costs on to the artist alleys. And also to my understanding also now to convention guests. Ooh, the queen. Yeah. Someone got off, considering how old the building is updated. It was very nice, very nice. Oh, someone got off the executive. Ooh. Ooh. The fancy floor. That's where the queen, yeah. And it's also not there. Yeah, I mean, I know, like, I was watching someone talk about, like, apparently some conventions are starting to put in rules that the artist alleys must have a certain balance of, oh, wait, I should be using a ruler for this. A certain ratio of original to fan art IPs on their booths. I think the one that I was most recently watching was talking about Otakon. Oops, be careful. Don't put an X-Acto into your nail. That's how we get a problem. Yeah. And it's frustrating because it's like on the one hand I get it because they are operating in a shitty legal, like it's a gray zone. You know, you could in theory, especially like at a bigger convention, if you know the mangaka of Sailor Moon were to show up, she could come into Artist Alley and just be like, everything that's Sailor Moon, I want it gone. I want it gone now. And the convention would be stuck. So like on the one hand, I get it, but at the same time, like, you know, unless you're a really established artist, no one wants your original stuff. And that's frustrating because it's like, it's not fair. I'm not cutting this very cleanly. I might have to start over. Okay, that's not too bad. Maybe it's salvageable. C&Ds, fair enough. That's probably more realistic than mine of the mangaka of Sailor Moon coming down from on high. Stop all the downloading. And the thing is, it's like, I think for also because you have conventions in the space of like, there were so many years that no one cared, right? They would be operating in this kind of like legal. Wait, let me. Like a lot of, especially if it was a fan run convention, they're just like, yeah, whatever. Give us your $50. Here's your artist alley table, right? I did. Okay, I'm gonna have to redo this. I made this. This is just a slightly too thick. It's too thick. But that's okay. We can fix that. On the positive side, what I can do right now is get a measurement. Oops, sorry. I'm taking a measurement. There we go. Okay. Okay. How many centimeters? Ah. Okay, so it's about 3.5. Okay, that's very easy. Hello, Leo. How are you? Happy Tuesday, isn't it? Damn, I'm getting no trials for laser. Decided this morning decided. Ooh. Oh, I'm glad it worked on the first try. Do you have any convention experiences you want to share, Leo? I'm too jaded for conventions now. Okay, don't give myself brain freeze. Don't give myself brain freeze. Slow sips. Slow sips. It's fucking Wednesday. Oh my god. You live in the future. What's it like living in the future, Leo? Do they have hover cars yet? Wait, I don't know. If you have a hover car, can I have one too? I really like a hover car. Mostly because tires and lack of suspension is poopy. Okay, so I can do the measurement now. 3.5. There we go. Un measurement. Okay, and then we do another 3.5. Two of them. And then once that's done, I can start gluing. Gluing, how exciting. Or maybe not. I don't know. I won't tell you what's exciting. Oh. I did not expect that answer. I expected many answers, not that one. I don't know how I feel about the future. Maybe we should go back. We've gone too far. Hello, Shoji. There we go. Okay. Pardon. Oh, Leo talking about the future having floating sex toys. I don't know how I feel about that. No, hold on, let him talk. No. I mean, he's welcome to talk, maybe just not on that topic. Okay, so we cut away from me so I don't accidentally cut myself. I don't want to go to the hospital today. Maybe tomorrow, but not today. There'd be a live stream. Hello, come with Elizabeth as we go to the ER. Come see the Canadian healthcare system. Overburdened by years of underfunding by the Conservative government. Spicy. Stay still. Okay, come here. I'm going to do this. Just wiggle. Wiggle. Wiggle and a jiggle and a whoop. A whoop-de-doop-a-hoo. How about that local sports ball team? Do you like sport? What is your favorite sports player team? How many sports do you like? How is that point spread, eh? Try to fit half the world lives in the future because it gets busy in the. I know what you mean. God, yeah, I know. Oof. The scammers are awake. Did the ball go? How far did it go? At what velocity and trajectory? Did it cross the barrier? Did it cover the alleged spread? Don't know really. Oh God, no, of course not. I do wonder, and this is going to be me putting on my dumb hat. So years and years ago, in the before times, like even like I think this is like even like 2006, like long time ago, back when Clamp actually put out manga, not just compilations. They did a series called Chobbits, which you may recognize. It was about cute girl robots with like cute girl robot ears and some lewdness. We don't talk about the lewdness. Anyways, towards the end of the whole idea is that in that universe, they had basically what were called persoacoms, short for personal computers. And they were essentially, they were basically robots that were programmed to be basically your smartphone. Like your smartphone accompanied you and is also maybe a hot boy and or girl. And the myth or the kind of lore of the show, of the manga, the show was that Chobbits were a line of persoacoms that had achieved true AI. They were artificial intelligence. I don't think the anime covered this, but the manga did. At the end of the show, or at the end of the manga, the main character has made his proclamation of love. He loves his robot waifu, wants to be with her forever, and the person who was present for the building of the Chobbits line is like, I want to be clear with something. The Chobbits line was not AI. It's close, but it is still running off of a very complex series of programming. They did not surpass that programming. It's not sentience. It is a very convincing simulation. Do you want to pursue a relationship with her knowing that? And he's like, yes, I do. But so it's like one of those things where it's like, if you think about it for more than 5 minutes, you're like, wait, right? Wait, you've basically just said, yeah. Yeah. And I know, like, later on, another mangaka, Yu Watiz, the author of Fushigi Yugi, kind of did a response to Chobbits with Absolute Boyfriend, which ended with the girl. In this case, it was a girl with a boy robot. She ended up ending the relationship with the robot to pursue a relationship with a human. And in her kind of like liner note, she's kind of like specifically talked about it, you know, pursuing a reality versus a fiction. And I was kind of of two minds of it because, like, one, I'm like, it's fiction, you know, take the fantasy if you want to have. If I want to end up with the, you know, remarkably hot robot who's always going to tell me I'm pretty, maybe that's what I want in that moment, right? Let me have it. But at the other hand, it's like there is maybe something. See, here's the other thing to mention, Leo. So the Chobbits line. There's no way I can say this without sounding weird as hell. And you'd be like, why did you do this, Clamp? The Chobbits line had a fail safe about making sure that if anyone came to love a Chobbit, that it had to be pure love. The hard reset of the Chobbits line is located in their hoo-ha. So if you do the deed with a Chobbit, the Chobbit is factory reset back to nothing. So the whole idea is like you can have this robot. She will love you, or at least she will be following a programming of love. But if you ever do the deed, she goes back to zero and she loses all her memories. Everything goes back and she won't be this iteration anymore because obviously the programming will play out slightly different every time. Are you fine with never having a sexual relationship? And he's like, oh, my love is so pure. Yes, of course. I'm totally down for that. So yeah, he doesn't even get the sex robot part out of it. Jobbits, everyone. It is remarked upon in the manga that the Chobbits line that's unique. It's not located there for any other Chobbit, or sorry, any other robot person. The Persowacom line itself doesn't have their factory resets located there. They're like somewhere sensical, like in an ear or something. It's only there for the Chobbit line. Anyways. The weird shit I know. Yeah. Imagine the manga though come out now in the year of our Lord 2020. 2025. All right. Speaking of, let's start gluing some stuff. Let's start gluing the glue. I guess hold on. Alrighty. Okay, let's get some glue out. Imagine a guy who Yeah, there was I remember there was a side story in Chobbits about a guy deciding to marry his Persowacom, and like to be clear, he was marrying the inferior line, the one that was like explicitly marketed as not AI. Oh, everyone did. I cosplayed the character from Chobbits. Yeah, Yumi. Yeah, Yumi. Yeah. Right. I 100% did a Freya cosplay from Chobbits. Everybody did. Everybody did. There's no shame in it, except for the shame. I remember there was a year that I did Freya, another friend did She, and then one other friend did I can't remember the name of the character, but it was like, so there was like two lines in the Chobbits universe. There was kind of two lines of Persowacoms. There was like the full on, you got a human boy or girl robot, but then you had what was called like the chibi line, which is basically their excuse to insert chibi characters, but they were like considered like laptop models, if that makes sense. Like they were like meant to be like more like a virtual assistant as opposed to like a full-on full-on computer. And it was like this little girl, like this like little like almost dressed like a genie or something like that, or like I Dream of Jeannie, and she like danced around with a tambourine as part of her idol mode. It was very like, it was a very cute little itty bitty thing. Questionable comments. Yep, maybe. I don't know. I never read questionable content. Japan, why? Japan, why not? Because like there was kind of like three stories in Chobbits. Like there was like the primary plot of like Jumba, the main protagonist who was with the girl with the quote unquote with the Chobbit, the mythical AI one. There was a girl who had become a teacher, and her relationship with her husband ended because the husband fell hard for their robot and then caused a divorce. And so like it was her like kind of like learning to trust in relationships again as she entered into another relationship with a student. So I will say it wasn't a high school student, it was like a college cram school, so it was slightly better than still a little bit of an ethical concern, but anyways. And then the third one was a baker, which is the one that Lena's talking about, where he had been in a full-on relationship with a Persowacom. He had married it. And then that Persowacom basically broke down, had like a fatal like memory crash. And him learning to have a relationship with a human who found him. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. So like it was one of those things where I kind of like, kind of explored all the permutations, but at the same time it was like, wait, what? Wow. Yeah, I think Japan is the same. I mean, it's not here. Or rather, Canada's is muddy because it's for the majority it's 18, but like I think it's like if you are 16 and the person is within 3 years of your age, then it's not an oh no, Lenneth, you've started a rabbit hole. Okay, so we're gonna start gluing. Time to glue. This is where the tweezers come in handy. Tweezers. Yeah, make that make sense. Okay, sorry, we're sticking glue. Ooh. Young, but not that young. But yeah, Chobits was like, to be clear, I like Clamp. They've got some weird ideas though. they got some interesting ideas. Oh wow, 2005, 2006. Whew, what a time. How long ago? Running around conventions, running off of literal fumes because no one can actually afford to be there because no one's got jobs. Too young, probably, and let's be clear, probably too young to be going around unsupervised, but we are unsupervised anyways. Teehee. Speaking of things from a year of our Lord 2005. Thank you, Spotify. Where's my samurai? I broke Leonard. I do not control the Spotify. The Spotify controls you. Feel a little shy. Yes, I need my samurai. I'm your little butterfly. Green, black, and blue make the colors in the sky. I'm your little butterfly. Green, black, and blue make the colors in the sky. I have premium. It's just I don't control what my playlist does. My playlist does what it wants. Just to find my samurai. Sorry, I'm being an idiot now. Gilgamesh. I'll be honest, there's this one boss in Dark Souls, and every time I see it, this song just plays on repeat every time I see that boss. Everyone's getting mad at it, and then I'm like, where's my samurai? Honestly, this song, I like this song, but my jam from DDR was Damn Duram, and I'm having a lot of trouble. Like, I can find it on YouTube or whatever, but I don't think I've been able to find it on Spotify, and that makes me sad. Because I would play the shit out of it. Also, Boom Boom Dala. Boom Boom Dala. So funnily enough that you mentioned Sandstorm. When I was at the concert last week, Lindsay Sterling did a cover of Sandstorm on violin, which I'm not complaining about. I thought it was very well done. I enjoyed, but it was kind of like, she was like, here, folks, I'm going to play a cover of Sandstorm. And I'm like, excuse me, what? Excuse me, what? Where's my samurai? Where's my samurai? So yeah, we're getting, so you can see now we have banding on the treasure chest. Sorry. You have been spared now. It's over. It can't hurt you anymore. Where did you break out singing? Were you at home or were you at work? I am a thing and I'm digging a hole. Diggy diggy hole. Diggy diggy hole. Oh, you work? Oh, yeah, I forgot. Sometimes in there you might have to go into work. Attend a team meeting. Receive a performance review. I don't know. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. I'll be honest, I haven't listened to that song a lot, so I don't know the tune very well. I'm sorry. I'm a fake internet person. A little bit. Can I scooch you? There we go. Okay. So you can see now the treasure chest has little bands. Little bandy bands. And now we just need to do the same for the top. So I thought I'll probably do this part first and then these parts. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, that's honestly, yeah. Got an 8-hour drive. Ugh. Is it 8 hours one way or 8 hours round trip? Okay. Well, I'm still giving myself brain freeze. It's like I don't learn. Tee. Chat, did you know I don't learn? Is it bad that I want to put Smile DK on again? Because I think it's funny. Probably shouldn't, though. It'll be funny if I do it. It'll be hilarious. I gotta work fast. It's already starting to want it to be stuckies. Shit. Scooch. Okay, there we go. I believe so, Doug. Okay. If only because I don't want to kill Lenneth today. Maybe Friday. We'll see how I feel. Because I know what's coming next time I play Shadow Hearts. And I hope you're there, Lenneth, because I want you to see it. I think you'll remember some of what I did on the I did a little bit of Shadow Hearts before I had to stop. I think we talked about it before. So I got my ball jointed doll guy and I got her first dress, but we have to find more gay man cards. in order to get more dresses. So we got to be on the outlook for gay porn. Sorry, gay smut. It's not porn. It's tasteful, so it's smut. And also, there's a character coming that I want you to meet because I think he's wonderful, and I think you guys would be best friends. I like how I'm saying this, and I'm not exaggerating at all. That's what I have to do. The Chippendale cards. Yep. On D%. You bring the man, some gay smut, the Chippendale cards, and he will make dresses for your jointed doll, which apparently was a thing in the 1920s. We had a discussion about this last time I was playing, and it was acknowledged that apparently that was a thing. They would have been very expensive, and they would have been made out of a very fragile material at the time, so they would not have been widely available. With that actually. Well, you have to do it within the game, Leo. If you send it to me personally, that does not mean I get dresses in the game. Unfortunately, I mean, that would make it so much faster. I could just grind out all the outfits. I got a cute mushroom outfit. It was cute and adorable. I know. If only you could like game the system. Fighting for the title, better being 16 and burning up a Bible. All right. Yeah, that actually works with the. Okay. We're gonna put more glue on the thingy. How is a man carrying himself with a wine bottle tasteful? I don't know. There was a French flag in it. I don't know why that answer makes me so funny. I don't know. For some reason, my brain was like, we're talking about a guy covering his bits with a tasteful French flag, with a tasteful bottle of wine and the French flag. I think he was wearing a beret too. And then my brain just immediately did like a hard like chord from like Claire Obscure, and it was just like, oh no. It was just like, oh no. What sins have I committed? No, I'm an idiot. The real Elizabeth is a moron. Thinks everything is really funny and has like a Venn diagram of everything connected. Oop, nope. Stick, no. Stick, but not there. Okay. Shush, I was walking the sidewalk. See, there's things you can do, like say for instance, like going back to Claire Obscure, there was the one outfit that Verso had that had like, it was like a white tunic, and I liked that one quite a bit because it was like, it wasn't showing everything, like not like the bathing suit, it was hinting at it. And I find that is more intriguing than showing it all. I don't know. Maybe it's just how my brain works. Maybe just because I'm just like, ooh, outfits. I could be weird. I could just be the weird. Yeah, the tunic one was nice. Speaking of the real Elizabeth, here's my playlist is calling me out now. Yeah. Like it feels like, something that you would maybe like wear on like, a day that you're doing your painting or playing the piano casually. Ron, come with me. And that's what we need right now. Moulin Rouge to come up in my Spotify. All of the Elizabeth Quinge today. Yeah, Repo's great. I love it. Honestly, like Anthony Stewart Head just steals it. Yeah, I know. I probably was going to manifest it. Everybody. And honestly, I think like the big thing about Repo is it shows just how self-aware Paris Hilton is of herself. I know. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I remember reading an article talking a bit about Repo, and it was like, Paris Hilton lobbied hard to be in that movie in the role she got. And the dad. Yeah, I know. Anthony Stewart Head, hello. And I mean, like, he was just coming off Buffy, too, at this point, right? So it was like... There we go. So we got some... You can kind of see you got the banding and banding here. So yeah, that looks pretty good. And then, you know, the treasure chest goes there. Yeah, it came out pretty good. No complaints. So the main thing left with this is that I need to do something for his eye. I don't know if I'm going to try and do the crown. I don't think I've got the skills for that. So that, and then I think I'm going to do something to maybe, because my concern with just if I paint straight on I got Sarah Brightman. I know she did Chromagia. And it was like, what the hecky? How did they get you? How'd they get you, Sarah Brightman? She was in that song too. Sarah Brightman. Lenneth, I have a CD of like original songs that Sarah Brightman did. It's really good. I like it. Anyways, I can't remember the name of the album off the top of my head, but I have a CD of it. Sorry, so I don't think I'm going to try and do the crown for the mimic, but I do need to do the eyeball, and then I might do like some like school glue and water to do kind of like a sealing of this, because like I worry if I paint straight onto the cardboard, it's just going to show its texture, and I want it to look. I want to try and give it more of a woody texture, like make it look what it's supposed to be. So I think we're in a good spot for this. I'll probably leave it here for today on progress for the Mimic Boy, and we're going to do some actual paint mimicking. But I think this is a good spot. Good progress. Clap, clap, clap. All right, so we're going to move all this stuff aside and focus on the paint mimicking. Okay, we'll put this aside. Bye-bye. And we'll put the mimic picture away. Bye-bye. Yeah, thank you. I'm considering I'm kind of just doing it by the seat of my pants. Like I have like a kind of a rough plan in my head, but I'm not like what's the right way to put this? I'm not like I'm not like following a complete like steps. It's not something I've done before, I guess. About my husband, I see the most interesting so he could be the mediator. I know, right? Oh wait. Though, I mean, we all have to like acknowledge the fact that Andrew Lloyd Webber is, when he wrote Phantom of the Opera, he is the Phantom. It was 100% a self-insert character, which makes Love Never Dies extra cringe when you think about it in those terms. Also, Love Never Dies is pretty cringe as it starts. I don't have to explain what Love Never Dies is, do I? I really don't, but I don't have to. I really don't want to. I don't want to. It's amazing, like, when you look at the original text of, like, the Phantom of the Opera, and then what it was adapted into for the musical, where they turned what is actually like a quite monstrous character. And I don't mean this just like in terms of physicality, but also in terms of personality. The Phantom is not a good person in the books. In the book. And then it's like, you know, it's very like, what's the term? Draco in leather pants, where they're just like, no, he's just a soft boy who just wants to write music and no one understands how tragically intelligent he is when he writes his music. He just needs an angel of music to sing with him, so then he will be better and he will be happy and he won't be alone anymore. Anyways, oh, really? There was already a musical for Phantom? Oh, yeah. Wasn't there that movie, The Phantom of the Disco? Is that what you're talking about, or is it something else? That's too bad. Nope. Oh, so there's a third one on top of that. I've never actually sat down and seen Phantom of the Disco. I've heard interesting things about it, but anyways, okay. Yeah. Yeston and Copit. Interesting. I haven't heard of that one. The version of the Phantom of the Opera I know, and this might be from the Phantom at the Disco, is the one the actor would go on to play Tywin in Game of Thrones. He was playing the Phantom, I believe, and then he was like storming off into the night. And this is all I remember about it because it was what I saw in a video essay. And he punches a deer, but the deer is obviously fake and it's like made of plastic and it just falls over. And it's unintentionally hilarious. Oh, Gaston. Oh, really? Oh, cool. Charles Dance. Thank you. Yeah, that's the guy. All right. So I figured today I will work a bit more on these. I'm going to start kind of penciling what I want to be on each one. Shit, I forgot something I wanted to get for this. So I want to do some clouds. I want to do some happy clouds. But more importantly, oh no, but I need sponges and I left them upstairs. God damn it. Why is everything upstairs? Well, we'll do something else then. Okay. So this is the Frog Detective panel. So I need to put a picture of Frog Detective here. Yeston and Copa's Phantom is what? Takurazuka. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that so badly. I don't know who that is. Oh, that's good. I'm glad. All right. Frog Detective. So we're going to try and draw a Frog Detective. Okay, so he's got two big eyes. And they're very spaced apart. And then there's like okay. And then it goes like kind of down like this. And then he's got like something like this. And it's like that. And then it goes like that. And it goes like that. There we go. Does that look like a Frog Detective, chat? Does that look like a Frog Detective? There. Oh, yes. I remember now. I remember it. Because they also did one of Phoenix Wright, right? Phoenix Wright. Right. Right. And then looks like it just kind of goes. Oh, and he's got like little. Chat, is this a Frog Detective? Did I draw a Frog Detective? Right. Oh, they just did since the Symphony of the Night. All right, what else do I put? Because I've got space up here. I could put a magnifying glass. Is all of the trade. Why did I make myself draw a circle? make it longer. That might be too long. And then you can kind of give him a little arm. And then he's got like little flipper hands. Because fuck if you not drawing actual hands. There we go. Look at that. I'm a fraud detective. I have a magnifying glass. I'm gonna solve crimes. I actually don't know the plot of Frog Detective. I missed those streams. Okay, we're gonna keep this relatively rough because, like, at the end, I'm gonna be painting over this. So I think that's roughly Frog Detective, my son. No, not my son. Flora's son. Hat. It's not quite a hat, but he's using it like a hat. Or maybe he's magnifying small ants. Lobster cup. All right, so that's one. I wanted sponges for this before I drew on the tulip. All right, so this one is going to be a cat. I have to draw a cat. What does a cat look like, Chad? I forgot.
What does a cat look like?
I'm going to keep it fairly simple. I'm not looking for like a realistic cat here. Oh, we're at our CanCon portion of the evening. And it'll eat a little cute nose. I'm a cute kitty and I have a nose. It's a little lopsided. Okay. Okay. Oh no, I 100% believe you. I 100%. So you can kind of see this one's a little harder to see because of the you can kind of see it like when I shine the light on it what the picture of the kitty looks like. And there's gonna be like whiskers, but I'm not gonna bother drawing those in just because I'll paint those in. And give big eyes, big cute eyes. Not little kitty slit. We're gonna do big eyes. Maybe creepy. This may not be adorable. This might be creepy. Hello. Would you like to join my cult? Hello. And then I think we got room over here just to kind of sneak in a little tail. Little tail. Little kitty tail. Important to have that. Okay, that's pretty good. And then for this one, I kind of just ended up wanting to go with the flower in my hair. But for that, all right. I'll be honest, it's been a very long time since I've done this. And I also forget the name of the breed of the flower that's in my hair. You know what? I'll come back to that. Flowers are hard. You know what? I can draw on this one. I have a plan. All right, so this one gonna be a tulip. It's gonna be a tulip. Isn't it peony? I think so. I'll be honest, I forgot. It probably is. Who's young blood? Oh, you're Florence Pugh and Youngblood's. Youngblood is an artist, a band, and in a recent music video done for one of their songs, Florence Pugh, I don't know how to say her last name. She was in the music video as an overworked nurse who is struggling and perseveres. I think it's meant to be complimentary. If very, I'm not gonna say obscure. Apparently, Youngblood is a hot artist from the recent years, but okay, we're gonna draw. And then we got a stem. Because that's what tulips have. They have stems. Do I have a piece of reference? Yes, I do. And then you kind of got there we go. Does that look like a tulip, chat? Did I evoke the essence of tulip? I think it's a little bit of a fat tulip. I think it's a tulip, but it's fat. And then we can give it a leaf. These are like very like that. I'm going to put another one over here. Chonky tulip. Yeah, it's chonky. That's okay. There we go. Actually, I might make that wider. Yeah, there we go. Some leaves. So yeah, that's pretty good. So we have a tulip. We have a frog detective. We have maybe a creepy kitty. And then I got to draw a peony. Let's see if I can maybe find some quick reference art. Peony. Okay, that's pretty close. There's so many petals. I regret this decision. Why would I do this to myself? I know it was meant to specifically be a blue peony. I could make it a more closed peony if I want to spare myself some sanity. Oh, here we go. Okay. Ugh. Hello. Okay. What time is it? Oh, okay. We got lots of time. It's hard to do because it's a dark color background, which is what I did to myself. I did it to myself. Oh no, there's something in my eye. Ah, no. Dust, how dare you? How dare you? How you doing out there, chat? Sorry, I'm in deep focus mode. It is starting to be flower shaped though, so yay. Okay. That is not too bad. Oh, I feel like I need one more petal over here. There we go. Okay. And then it also gets nice little stem. What does the flower? What does the leaves of a peony look like? Then again, it's supposed to be like the one in my hair, so I feel like even just adding a stem is a little weird for it. Actually, you know what? I might not worry about the stem. I'll think about it. Yeah, but you can kind of see there's a flower there now. This one I think is going to be one of the hardest to paint because I'm going to need it to look. There's going to need to be some shading on it to like really distinguish the petals. Which I think with tulips you can kind of get away with it. Oh, petals going there. Oh, that could be a good idea. That is a lovely idea, Teacup. Give it a nice petal storm. Gust of wind dance. All right, let's try back to petal. Okay, and we want petal. Nope, that's not the word. Petal. That's not helpful. Ew, AI art. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. Ew. Not helping. Internet, how dare you? I don't need your AI swap. Hello, Hellman28. You have good news. News? What is the news, sir? What has happened to this day? I'm just gonna, I guess, draw something vaguely. There. I drew a petal. And then maybe one over here that's like kind of cut off because it's. I have made an additional to my Slanesh. Oh, what have you added to your Slanesh warband? Are they sexy? I'm drawing flowers on my Imperial Knight. Okay. That's pretty good. I think that's some good work. Okay. It is a fallen Iron Hands apothecary. Oh, very good. That sounds like it has a lot of story behind it. And I like it when people have stories behind their guys. All right. Speaking of, I think I'm going to do some washes on my arm. All right. Because I did that test here to see if I liked how the Seraphim Sepia came in. I did like how that looked, so I did want to put that down. Lay that down for my boy. I like that, Florian. Where's my Seraphim Sepia? Where have you gone? Hello. All right, and my shade brush remains monotone even as he does. I mean, you know, sometimes the horniness is deep inside and not in your appearance. Sometimes you have to go about your day job, but like inside, you know. I should probably shake this a little bit. Mythical Burr Machine. Your time is here. Go Burr. Oh, that's too much Burr. It's too much Burr. That should be more than enough. Burr. Yeah, that's more than enough Burr. Too much Burr. I don't want to go overboard with this. I have to be careful with this because I think I'm going to have to do this like one side at a time. Oh no, there's bubbles. I've introduced bubbles. The Burr machine. It's introduced the bubbles. A miscalculation. I should have stirred manually. Oh, there's so many bubbles. So many bubbles. Aw. I had trouble from a surfeit. Oh no, just a servo skull. That's not nice. Okay, I might need to just kind of quickly close this. I'm gonna give it a quick shake to maybe wash the bubbles. There we go. There are no bubbles on my Imperial Knight. Not my son. There we go. That helps a little bit. Still bubbles. Still. Keep moving it. Keep moving it. The bubbles must be slain. There are no bubbles in the grim dark future. At least not that I'm aware of. If there's a lore book that contradicts this, I'm willing to accept that there are in fact bubbles in the grim dark. But I don't think so. That reminds me. So this is gonna be a bit of an aside. My I think I mentioned not too long ago, my nephew had his 2nd birthday and he discovered bubbles. Like one of his I guess it'd be his cousin. I'm not related to them because they're from my in-laws side or my sister's in-laws. So, whatever. Not my family. Anyways, they were playing with like bubble blowers because it was like a summer thing, right, in August, and he was like, bubbles. He didn't want to blow the bubbles himself. He wanted people to blow bubbles for him, which is very in keeping with the laziness that is inherent in my family. He knows he could be corrupted, but to him it doesn't matter as long. Ooh, new data is fun. I like data. How else do you learn if not for new data? So many bubbles. What have I done? I might have to postpone working on the washes until the bubbles subside. I have induced carbonation. Yeah, I might have to. I don't want to get weird bubble shadows. That's frustrating. I shouldn't have done the burr machine. I got too excited. What have we learned? The burr is not for everything. Pools of stomach acid, then is I mean, true, but that's if you give me a moment of your time, I will regale you with the lore of my Imperial Knight. This Imperial Knight isn't a knight. This knight doesn't go like fight Xenos or anything like that. He's a good boy and he stays here at home and he fights wildfires. So this is his hose to fight. So this isn't a gun, it's a water hose. And this is for cutting down the underbrush and trees and things like that to get to where the wildfires are. So unfortunately, bubbles don't help in the job of fighting wildfires like the mighty savior he is. You fad. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. You don't deserve that. No one deserves ads, but unfortunately, it's the reality of the world we live in. We have ads, and I'm very sorry. If that helps at all, I feel really, 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 really bad about it. Put that down for now. It does seem to be at least the bubbles aren't drying, so that's a good sign. It's better than Black Ops 7. Yeah. I ain't gonna argue with you on that. Okay, there we go. The bubbles seem to have gone away. Not gone away, but there. It's Madoko. Dance break. Sax break. I have to think. Like, I haven't quite figured out what I want to put on. Like, there's some areas where I could, if I wanted to try and maybe freehand some writing. I don't know what I would write though. Oh, okay, fair enough. Man, I remember the first time I heard this, like I was like, when I was playing the game, I was just like, oh, we're encountering this new person. Oh, maybe it's going to be a party member. And then it's like hard sax out of nowhere. What is happening? Where did this saxophone come from? So here's a question for you, chat. For those who, like, it was, I would say throughout the summer, the word on the quote unquote the street was that Game of the Year was going to go to Claire Obscure Expedition 33. It was going to happen. It was going to happen. It was going to happen. You know, nothing could come close to it. Then Silk Song drops out of nowhere. So chat, do you have thoughts and or feelings? Do you think do you think Claire Obscure could become Game of the Year even with Silk Song coming out in the year of our Lord 2025? What to write? In Snacks We Trust. Ooh. Or is it just going to be people just because I mean, I'll be honest, I never played Hollow Knight. That was very much the jam of Flora and other people. I am not good at those games at all, and I'll be honest, I think I would get too mad. So I do not play them. But oh, Claire Obscure, yeah. Like I think right now, like I think it's really going to come down to. You ain't wrong about that, Hellman. I would say also Claire Obscure also would be a bit of a kick in the industry's butt because it has very high production value. Speaking from coming in Canada, I only paid $60 for the game, and that included shipping it to me. So again, like with games being in the 80 to 90 USD, and then adding on the Canada tax, more like 110 here. Claire Obscure coming in at 60 feels like like it should have been more, almost like you like, I mean, for those who watch the streams where I was playing that game where I was a freaking like I was 100% invested in that game while I was playing through it, right? Like they could have charged more and I would have paid for it. I think 80 is fair for AAA. I will say, yeah, like I think there's a caveat to that. Depends on the game. It depends on what you're getting out of it. Like, however, we're leaving us on our anticipation, Leo. What is coming after the however? However, yes, I will say like say for instance, I paid full price for Final Fantasy 16, and overall I was fine with that. Like I was fine with the game. I did end up getting the DLCs for it, so I guess that says something. Yeah, that's right, Tater. Yeah, you bought it just to say like F you. Now here, you want to talk about a pricing model that is frustrating? See, the thing is, it's okay. We're gonna take a moment. I'm putting the brush down. Because I am an ancient, magical, powerful banshee, I remember the before times. In the time when NES and SNES games were on the market, I remember having to go to the store and beg my parents to buy a Chrono Trigger, and in 1990s dollars, seeing Chrono Trigger on the shelf brand new for $100. So bear in mind what that would have cost. Games went down in price when we reached the PlayStation 1 and 2 generations. I forget the number associated with them. I do not care enough to look it up. And so, yeah, like Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy 3/6, those games were $100 new in around 1998, maybe even earlier. I don't remember. Regardless, I was, small Banshee Elizabeth was begging her parents to buy it for her. And game prices went down when we got to the CD generations because CD media is significantly cheaper than cartridges. That was the big thing that cost Nintendo when they refused to move off of cartridges to the N64 generation. Their games were significantly more expensive than PlayStation, and when Xbox went to market Xbox games. But then, yeah, it was about 60, and then it crept up a bit. You paid production. Yeah. I'm not going to say production quality. You were paying for, to some degree, you're paying for the RAM that was present in the game. Better tech becomes the I agree. You think with tech improvements, you should be getting a more solid product. And like, video games have always, not always, but like they've occupy a weird market in that like there's like a speculation market around it. Like, say for instance, like I just mentioned Chrono Trigger. That game hasn't really depreciated significantly. Like there was some depreciation when digital versions became available, but like a intact copy of Chrono Trigger still commands a high price. And that the same could be said for a lot of games from that generation. Mostly because the cardboard boxes did not survive the test of time. So if you have a complete in-box edition of something, unless it's like Madden, because no one gives a shit about Madden. But yeah, like the idea is like, yeah, because like I would say the biggest example of like tech becoming cheaper is TVs. Because it's like there was a period of Madden comes, that's the thing, Madden comes out every year. TVs I find have very much like what I would have paid for my current TV would have been exorbitant. Like even 5 or 10 years before. So that I will say that's at least there. No, just says, no fighting about Apple versus Windows versus, I don't know who's in Samsung. I don't know. No fighting. I would say Apple occupies a weird place. And it was something very much started during Steve Jobs' era. Like, because it started being marketed as not just like, hey, this is a piece of tech that gives you like access to the internet on the go or whatever. Apple is marketed as status. It is marketed as a sign of taste. And I mean, to some degree, I'm not going to shit on the iPhones. I've heard a lot of good things about iPhones from people who own them. But I will say most of the people I know who own iPhones, like they're not playing the game where you chase the newest iteration every time a new one comes out. Like they will have, an iPhone 13 and be like, this is a perfectly good model. I will stay with it for many years type of thing. I personally own a Samsung phone for what it's worth. But I think Flora's got an iPhone, and I think Grimm's got an iPhone too, which he's mentioned he uses it for his VTuber tracking. So it is. I find that there's kind of like there's people who value like Apple products for like like some of the tech that's in there and like that they age well. I think for a lot of purposes, but you've got people who treat it, who chase it. Like, I don't even know what number iPhone is the most recent, who are like buying those and then immediately tossing it a year later when a new model comes out. Like that's like the people who are the status chasers, I would say. And like mortgaging their house to pay for a phone. Up to 16? Oh, I do not know. I'll be honest. I don't generally. Yes, I will say the market for a while, Apple had quite a bit of dominance. I will say the market is more diverse now because I think, you have Samsung's line, you've got Google's Pixel line, there's Apple's line. I think there's a couple other brands, like there's like Huawei. There's like a few like budget lines. I don't know, anyone hear anything from Nokia? Yeah, like that's the thing is like my phone right now is on like I have it on a plan that basically quote unquote renting the phone from my provider, and in 2 years I trade it back in, and I in theory would then trade it out for another newer model. Yeah, Apple. I mean, like I still kind of swear by the iPod. Like I still have my iPod, and I like unfortunately it doesn't have any support in some respects for it. So it's like I don't know what do with iPad or iPod, but I love that little thing. It kept me company on many a train ride to and from the workies. So I love that little thing. My little MP3 player. Anyone remember MP3s? And having to do all this syncing, whatever, so that way you could like sync it to your library and then you could put the music on it. Good point, it's based on Android. Fair enough. Not an actual Samsung, yeah. That's fair. Motorola flip phone. Oh god. Oh, good old Motorola. Or here's the one. Did anyone have, what was it? It was a Canadian brand. Started with a B. They really didn't keep up with the tech wars. They kind of pitched themselves as like the business owner. If you're a professional, that this is the phone you have, and they ended up losing to iPhone in the end. Fuck, what was it called? Shit, this is gonna bother me now. It had like a little itty bitty keyboard on the bottom of it. Like it was a screen, the tiny keyboard. They really weren't getting behind the touchscreen technology, and when iPhone moved to that. BlackBerry, yes, thank you. I was thinking of BlackBerry. Thank you, Teacup. I know you got me. Yeah, BlackBerry is a Canadian brand. It didn't do it. It lost overall because it did not keep up. It thought it could kind of like keep itself to like a very specific like professional market, and it didn't. It didn't work. Old, I know. It was a long time ago. Very neat pointer. Oh yeah, those little pointer things. Funny. I know. We are. Time marches in a very scary manner. I'm not ready for it. Like it still sounds like we're in September of 2025. It's like we're already halfway through the year. It's like what? A what? What has happened? Where is my year gone? Give it back. I'm not done. I still got shit to do. I got more video games to play. I got more minis to paint too. Okay, I'll put that down. I mean, I try to take like any sort of tech like as it comes, right? Like I don't want to be like, no, I can't stand the new technology. There's some stuff that I generally like, so. I I would like you to be right, Leo, but I don't think it's going to happen, if only because of the, like, again, like it falls in the same thing where it's like, I wish AAA studios would make more niche games, but the AAA studios need to make back several millions of dollars. Oh God. Lenneth, I'm so fucking sorry. Okay, sorry. This song distracted me for a second. The signs of trauma. What was I talking about? The problem is that when you are dealing with something that needs to make millions and billions of dollars, you cannot appeal to the niche. You have to get as many people buying your product as possible. That's why COD or your Gears of War or whatever you want to fight. Gears of War even still a franchise. You have to appeal to as many people as possible because you need to sell millions and millions of units. So you're not going to go for a niche appeal. And I would think the same is happening with a lot of tech. You're going to get a lot of they're going to go for mass market appeal. They're not going to go for, this is a product that will appeal to several thousand people, which is stupid. And I mean, like every so often you'll get something that kind of breaks through, like going back to Claire Obscure. Claire Obscure for sure broke through on that. The game was very much, I think, predicted to be a niche, to maybe be a cult classic. And the fact that it broke through and sold as many units as it did, no one had seen it coming. And kudos to them. They did it. I think that's great. But I hope the industry doesn't take the wrong message away from it, is all I'm going to say. Because, like, where it's like, oh, Fortnite is a big success. All games must be like Fortnite now, must be live services. And it's like, that's not the lesson to learn. You can't make everything like Fortnite because only people are only going to play one Fortnite at a time. The same thing where it's like, World of Warcraft. It's like, make the next MMO. And it's like, no, there's already World of Warcraft. You have to convince people to stop playing World of Warcraft to jump to your game. Kudos to Final Fantasy. They made it work. Why does everyone use the Unreal Engine? Because it's cheap to license. And it has a lot of support behind it. It's the same reason why, why does everyone use Unity? Again, it's accessible. It's got a lot of documentation behind it. It's got support. Industry, sneaks in and becomes the industry. Hello, Grim. We're discussing economics of the video game industry and baby cell phones. Also, I might be driving Lenneth silently crazy by playing Scooter. If she's going crazy, she's doing it quietly. Yeah, Unity got in a lot of trouble with its licensing shit, didn't it? Did that happen this year? Is that like, because it's one of those things I remember someone talking about something and they're like, do you remember back in January when this happened? And I'm like, oh my God, that was January. Was the Unity debacle this year or was it last year? I don't know anymore. Yeah. Oh yeah. She's doing reviews with my haikus. My shitty haikus. And I'm not trying to be self-deprecating. They're haikus I literally wrote in this in 5 minutes. They're going to be shitty. I put no effort behind them, other than making sure I was hitting 573. 575. The rhyming. Not the rhyming. Syllables. I'll get there. But yeah. Grim, do you have an opinion? Do you think Silk Song can dethrone Claire Obscure as a game of the year when Jeff Keighley presents in less than 3 months' time? Me saying that number just made me very depressed. Why is the entire opportunity to use Word despite MS? Yeah, it's true. My work uses Office. We don't use Slack, we use Teams. Because again, that's what comes with Windows. It's true. Tater, I know. You're not wrong. The problem is I'm wondering what would a Slanesh Hand Apothecary think of Bile? I don't know. What do you think? What does your heart tell you, Hellman? And the thing is, that's the thing, Teacup. Yes, they are in the computer. Or like if you buy a Windows machine, Office is there. You still have to pay a monthly subscription fee if you want to use if you want the program to do more than anything. My computer still has notebook or notepad, sorry, or WordPad. But maybe in Windows 11 that changed. I have a Windows 10 machine. But yeah, like because I do have Office installed on this PC, and every time I open it, I have to pay. If I have to pay a monthly subscription if I actually want to use it. So I don't. As you said, I'll use Notepad or I'll use something else, or hell, I'll use Google Sheets or Google Pages. I'll be honest, it's free and I'm not a big fan of Google, but it's better than paying Microsoft. When was the last time a video game crashed multiple sites because people were trying to download it? I mean, I will say yes, that is true. But that is because of the weight of Silksong. That is based on the quality. People did that crash occurred because of the quality of Hollow Knight. That isn't speaking to the quality of Silksong. Now, I'm not saying Silksong is good or bad. I can't comment either way. I haven't played either game. But that crash was a result of the anticipation being met, not because Google Docs, that's it. That was what I was thinking of. Not on whether or not Silksong was of good quality. It seems to be a good game, so I'm glad for that. I'm glad people are like not being like, oh, I've been waiting for this for 10 years. Oh God, it sucks. Like, imagine that happened. That's not a fun timeline to be in. But yeah. Yeah, everyone I've spoken to who's been playing it says so far that they're quite happy with it. So that's great, honestly. It's a nice thing, nice little treat. As I said, I'd rather people have fun with the games that they pay for. But we were talking about video game payment models that piss me off. Here's one that's come up recently for me, and Grim can attest to this one as well. There's a game that he's been looking forward to called Dispatch. And it's from a lot of the ex-studio people of Telltale. And it's about basically a call center that is focused on superheroes. So you're dispatching superheroes to different jobs. And there's like a storyline going on and choices, and people will remember this, standard Telltale stuff. They've decided to release the game episodically, which I've always been on regardless. But it's going to be released episodically. I believe one a week. You can confirm. You can tell me if I'm talking out of my butt here, Grim. It's supposed to be one episode a week. And it's about an hour of gameplay per episode. There's going to be 8 episodes. I think each one is going to be about $20. So when you do the math, you're like, oh, $20 for an hour of gameplay. You've seen indies do that. But you're going to be doing it 8 times. 8 times 20 is $160 for an 8-hour game. And that doesn't consider taxes or, like, say, for instance, since I'm in Canada, if there's going to be, conversion fees. So it might actually be like $25. But yeah, so you're like, I don't want to pay $160 for an 8-hour game, even if it's great. Yeah, max 2 hours. Okay. Oh, you're saying you hope they don't. Oh, God. Okay, so we don't know the price yet. Okay, so fair enough. Yeah, that's the thing is I would rather they maybe like, what I would like to see maybe if you can buy episode 1, but episode 1 comes with the option of a season pass that lets you get the other episodes as they come out. So like, say for instance, you can pay $60 and as every episode comes out, each one is like, you download it off the season pass. And that would be nice. I would like to see that personally. I don't know if that's going to be an option, but yeah, like the price. So if it turns out to be something like $20, it's going to be, but even then, like 10 times, like that's still $80. Oh, thank you, Hellman. Okay, I will take a moment. Descend from my soapbox. Ugh. But yeah, that's the thing is like, each episode might be cheap, but it adds up when you got to do it 8 times. But yes, thank you for checking me on that, since it's the price, the actual price isn't confirmed. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, my slushie is mostly melted at this point. I apologize. It's not looking good. All right. Okay. So this stuff's kind of got to dry. Do I want to do the same? Yeah, I can do the same on the boy. So, over here. You also go over here. There we go. Okay. I gotta get ready for work. Have a good one, Leo. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that. Have a good day at work. Or have a terrible day. You know what? Don't let me dictate your day at work. Okay, the bubbles have finally stopped. The bubbles. That's just really thick. Oh, there's too much. Oh, they announced the prices? Okay, how good is it? Let's be positive. It's $5 an episode. $5. 30 standard, 40 for art book. Okay. So you can pay 30 and get all 8 episodes. Okay. That is so much better. That's lovely. That's reasonable. That's great. Is that 30 US or 30 Canadian? Canananan. Sorry, I'm making noises. Ooh, art book. Is it a digital art book? I like physical art books. I like to flip the page. I assume it's digital if it's on Steam. US, I'm guessing. Yeah, they usually announce. So probably going to be closer to 40 here in the Great Frozen North. No, it's not frozen right now. It's stupid hot, but okay, whatever. I don't know what this instrument is, but every time I hear it, I think of Portal, which might be the intention. That might. You ask question again, please. Is the art book physical? Or is it a digital? I suspect digital. I got a little bit of. Oh no! I got some wash on my red. Oh well, I can fix it later. It's gonna be hard. Oh, hello.
Let us come back. Anthony Stewart Head is here to sing for you.
Digital, I'm guessing. Yeah. Or at least they'll do maybe a limited run edition, maybe a year after release or something, and that'll be your physical, because that's what they ended up doing with Alan Wake 2, Electric Boogaloo. Also, I just realized a Moog. Oh, cool. Moog. Sounds like a fun word. Moog. Sorry. I like that word. I don't care if it's right. You know what? I don't care if you're wrong. I've decided you're right. If only because I like that word. You have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel. Cat hair, no. 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 Feral beast, no. How dare you torment me even when you're not here? Oops, my fingy. Moogs are old. Truly ancient technology. Cork Moog, my next there. Yeah. I'd be curious about like how do you reach the name Moog? When you're like, I'm developed a synthesizer. I must name my creation. It will live in posterity. The name shall be Moog. It shall be Moog. Has bass on it influence the name? Oh, okay. I didn't actually want to answer that question. Nope. Uh-oh. We have a dispute in the chat. Imitated the sound it makes. Oh. We got us some speculation. Oh, there you go. Imagine being named Moog. Imagine that. Hello. I am here to coming to the stage to receive his certificate of meritorious performance. Moog. Rube Moog. Rube Moog. Please come to the stage and receive your certificate. Rube Moog. Ascend the platform. Don't let me do it. This is like a reminder. You should not let me do anything. Don't let me give out awards. I'll be an idiot about it. I just realized I did it dumb. I painted the base, or I put shade paint on the base, and that means I can't put it down without doing that. I put paint on the. Oh well. Well, that was silly. Oh, I guess I'll just hold it for a few minutes awkwardly while I talk to you guys. Hey, Rube Moog to play his hit, please. And the synth sounds like whamp. And the thing is, like, you get like a good like accent behind that, like not like my Canadian accent. Like this just becomes more and more gold. I'm so sorry to the creator of the Moog. Does anyone remember Winamp? Sorry, you said WoAmp, and my brain said Winamp. I miss Winamp. I miss having skins for my Winamp. Because I was that cringy person who put, like, you know, skins of people I thought were pretty. Really kicks the low's ass. So cool now. So cool, so trendy. Really kicks the llama's ass. Yeah, and the visualizations, like Windows Player just didn't get it. It didn't get it. Even Spotify doesn't get it. Like, let me make my Spotify experience into like interacting. Let me put on a cringy wallpaper. Let me put on a cringy Claire Obscure wallpaper and just make my entire Spotify look like SKA. I don't know why you won't let me do this, Spotify. What's wrong with you? Could someone mod Spotify, please? I want to make it look like SKA. Or Monoko. Or, yes. Ah, yes. Chat, did you know on October 9th, it is Grim and I's birthday? We will ascend to 27 again. So for those who have been around a while, you may recall for the birthday last year, we had an event of wrestling proportions, and we had such matches as who would win versus Majima and Kiryu on an ambulance, and Frog Detective versus Blumpy. Yeah. And other such thrilling matches on the card. And yeah, then we did a Royal Rumble style with a bunch of VTuber friends that I got permission to use their likenesses for. And then they fought it out. It was great. Yeah, unfortunately, the game is stupidly expensive. Like, returning to the topic of AAA games cost too much. It costs too much. The main reason, so like I have WWE 24. The big reason why Grim and I would like to use WWE 25 is that WWE's 24's big limitation is that they restrict the matches to gender. So, like, say, for instance, if you want to have a match of, for sake of argument, Haruka versus Kiryu, using a Yakuza example, that would not be an allowed match. Haruka would have to be created as a male avatar, or Kiryu would have to be made to look as a girl to do that type of match. WWE 25 allows mixed gender matches. So you could have Haruka versus Kiryu. And that's the big reason why the preference would be to upgrade to that edition. Not for that specific match, though. I guess it could be on the card for sake of argument. But yeah, the cats fought each other. Flora's babies versus my babies. Haruka versus T-Set. But yeah, so like the idea would be to make different matches, and also to allow for mixed gender, because, like, say for instance, like we have VTuber friends who are both ladies and dudes. Correct? Yeah. God. Okay, Grim. If we're able to swing it, I want to look in the mods for WWE 2025. We need to look for Claire Obscure characters. I want to see Verso versus Gustav. I am not joking. I am 100% serious. I want this match. And Monoko can interrupt. I know. I want it. I want to watch this Claire Obscure grudge match. Yes, the teacup is here. She understands. So that's the frustration is like the base game for WWE 25 is about $90 Canadian. And then if you want the version that comes with basically quote unquote the good shit, it costs another, like, I think it goes up to like 125. And then there's a version on top of that, which is stupid and way too much money. But the main thing is that it puts in certain characters that, you know, having access to their gear would be helpful for creating of wrestlers, because we'd be working off custom stuff or stuff off the mods. Because again, that's how you get Gustav versus Verso. Also, what if Golgra's in the game? Golgra can kill people. Just fucking step on everybody. That's more a question for Grim. Like the first things first is we would need to set the card. The card is the series of matches that would occur during the event. So, like, say for instance, you know, a card of 5 matches would be 5 matches in a. Do you get it? I don't. I'm over explaining. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Could I make the entire card just Claire Obscure? Maybe. Okay, the game will allow you to buy on the unlockables. Right, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because I like, say for instance, like for the one I did last year, I remember that coming together pretty quickly, but it was like one of those things where it's like I had to like, because like say for instance for the quote unquote VTuber Royal Rumble, there was 20 wrestlers if I recall correctly. So it was basically like, you know, you do like 1 or 2 a night, to get all of that done in time. Yeah, and that's the thing is like, say for instance, it was only the ones based off of VTubers that I had to make from scratch for the most part. Like say for it's like Kiryu and Majima from last year's. Those was 100% someone in the community had already made that, especially because like, I don't know if you recall from the matches last year, the tattoos done for Kiryu and Majima were immaculate. Those were damn near perfect. And that was not something that, you know, me or Grim could have pulled off last year with the amount of time we had. Like that was just mwah, chef's kiss. So well done. I think the only work we did on Majima and Kiryu was to make sure that their entrances were fire. Those were game assets. Yeah. So they literally extracted game files. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh no. Speaking of DDR. Sorry, okay. My Spotify playlist is just being a shit to me today. Okay. The frustration is that we've been trying to find it on Gold versus Gold Ship. Oh my god. Oh no, the Uma Musume characters. Oh my god. Fucking Oguri Cap that can't have a match. She has to go have dinner. Put in Haru somewhere. Either way, the possibilities. I'm sure there's a great many Uma Musume characters in there. Responded in commentary eating. I know. God. So I think I mentioned before, me and Grim watched a bit of the Uma Musume anime following his descent into the game. And let me just put the cap down. Sorry. And he we started noticing this trend because like you got the characters going around talking about like, oh, you know, oh, we're going to be the best. We're going to train hard. We're going to work hard. And in the background of almost every shot, wherever eating happens, is Oguri Cap eating something and an obscene amount of something. Like, you know, the characters might be in the cafeteria having their like little lunches or whatever, being reasonable. And then there's Oguri like in the background, just like wolfing it down, leaving, coming back with another portion. And it's like it just got to the point where it's like the shot is not complete until we see Oguri and she has to be eating something. Like it was like a point where I think at one point, like she was in one of the races and we're like, she's not eating. She's just running. This isn't right. I can't remember what race she was in. Speaking of descents, yeah. Here's the dumbest bit of like something that they didn't have to do for Uma Musume, and they did. So one of the characters like goes away, and they start talking to each other by phone. And I don't mean like by cell phone. They're not using smartphones. They were using hardline phones, like landlines. So like, you know, like the old receiver type phones. So because horse girls' ears are on head, they had these extra long receivers that could fit the listening part up to their horse ear and then could still talk in the mouth part. And it looked so absurd. And it's like, you didn't have to do this. You didn't. You could have just animated a normal phone and people probably would have given you the pass. The anime came out in 2018, so I'm assuming the year is meant to be quote unquote present day, quote unquote. Like it was the same giant thing. Like it was just like, what the hell? Oh man, it was so funny. Japan still has a lot of its landline phones, that's all. That is something I remember observing when I went on the trip, is that for all the quote unquote Japan lives in the future, they still have fax machines, still very present. They still have landline phones very around. Like it isn't like everyone still has their smartphones. Like you see at some point characters are talking on their smartphones. In which case you just have the phone on speaker, because again, to avoid the phone too far away from ear, if ear on head, if ear is horse ear. So they just tend to be on speakerphone to avoid the questions. But yeah, Japan still has a lot of its landlines. And like the idea was like because they live in a dorm, so it was kind of like the dorm phone, if that makes sense. But yeah. Anyways, all right. I'm getting distracted. I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, it's sticking. Don't stick. Okay, that's fine. Though we are 8 minutes too, so I don't think I could really like start something new at this point. Like we're at pretty much end of stream, but I think this stuff needs time to dry. Like, you always gotta be careful with your shade paints. You gotta give them some time to dry. They usually take at least a good 20 minutes, but I think there's some good progress. We got my little, what's Feral Beast doing? I don't see her right now. I can't tell you. I can go take a quick look for her. Give me uno momento, but you can admire my mimic in the meantime. Be right back. There will be Uela. Okay. Here's Feral Beast. She's not entirely tolerating what I'm doing right now, but hello. She's like, I've got her in my arm. Hello, look, a phone. Oh, look a camera. You wanna say hi? Say hi? No? She's not quite tolerating. Okay.
Oh, look at you. You're so cute. Yes, you are
It
cute.
also starts. Okay, yes. So here we go. All right. Headphones back on. I can hear again. Hello. Thank you for tolerating my shenanigans, Feral Beast. All right. So yeah, last night on kind of like a weird whim, like when I was just winding down before going to bed. Usually at that point I'm just like reading like shit posting or memes or whatever on YouTube. But I was like, I just kind of decided to fire up Balatro to do a run, which I did better than I expected. I got on because I started a new profile, so I didn't run off of Grimm's profile because that's thievery. I got to Ante 6, I think, before crashing out on my first run, which I think is pretty good. Yeah, 6 of 8. Yeah, I did pretty good. I think partially because I've seen other people playing to some degree. Like I watched Flora play a little bit, so I wasn't going in 100% blind. Blind gambling. But yeah, it was pretty good. I get how you could go down the rabbit hole. Am I addicted? No. I would, or rather, I can see how I could get addicted, but I don't think I have the time, if that makes sense. Like, I think for me, it would be more like an idle game, if that makes sense. Like something where it's like, oh, I've got a half hour. Maybe I'll put Balatro on. I say that now. I'm not going to get addicted. I'm better than everyone else who's gotten addicted. How? I'm just so above it all. But yeah, I could probably just end up falling down. Not gonna claim I'm better. Whoops. Oh, not a lot of drink left. Ooh. Oh, Hailstorm's here. But yeah, we're returning a bit to the WWE topic. We've been trying to hold out for a sale because there was one, and at the time I stupidly didn't purchase it. I was like, oh, the sale will either last or the sale will come back, and it's like the sale hasn't come back yet. And it was like a 50% off sale. Oh, hello, Feral Beast. Welcome back. You want to greet your adoring fans before I end stream? Do you have any messages, any words of wisdom? There she is. Want to say hi? You want to say hi? Want to say hi? Look, I'm going to flop. You're going to flop. Oh, you can see both. So here's Feral Beast 1. There's Feral Beast 2. Can you see her? She's right there. They're both here. Two of them. Two Feral Beasts for the price of one. Yeah, we need the PS5 edition. What's wrong with like we need the PS5 edition to do what we need to do. Hello. Yeah, you can see them both. Oh, there's your belly. There's her belly. Oh, she's leaving. I'm getting kicked. Oh. They have this thing where they like to eat together, so I think one is going to eat, so the other is going to follow. Cat butt. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. All right. Well. Cool. I think this is a good place to wrap up. As I said, I'm waiting for paint. I'm literally waiting on washes to dry. And it's too close to like really start another thing. It's unfortunate I didn't get to do more painting, but I am happy I got some sketching done on the pauldrons, so I can maybe start working on that. Sketchy. And got some washes down and got some progress on the Mimic. So we got this. So I think, as I said, I think the big thing left for the Mimic is sealing it so it's not quite cardboardy and getting an eyeball, because he needs an eyeball. He needs to see. Well, he doesn't need to, but I would like him to see. He's a good little guy. But yeah, I think this has come out pretty good. Pretty good. Alrighty. Well, yeah, take care of yourself, everybody. Thank you so much for joining for tonight's stream. It's good to be back after missing 2 prior streams. Blech. Good to be back. I had a good time. I hope you guys had a good time too. And yeah, thank you for everyone who stopped by. I think I already said that. Let's discuss what's coming up next. And I might dance a little to this song. Anna. Sorry. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and at 2 p.m., Flora shall return, and she'll play 9 souls. And maybe she'll beat the game, because I think she's very close to the end of the game. So she might beat it. Maybe she won't. But you should go give her support regardless. And on Thursday, Grim will be back playing more Pokemon Black on his Nuzlocke run. And he got past the bad part, and now it's new stuff. It's going to be success all the way, even though the Duchess is gone, but not forgotten. And then I will be back on Friday at 8 p.m. with more Shadow Hearts 2 as I completely seriously look for more gay smut so I can buy dresses for my doll. No stream on Saturday. Don't worry about it. Have a good day. Rest. Take care of yourself. And then on Sunday, Grim and I will be back playing some Valheim. Both Flora and Sasha are not going to be available those days. So I'll venture into the Black Woods, Black Forest. I don't know. I probably won't. I'll probably kill myself with a tree accidentally, which is something I've definitely done. Or maybe I will supportively watch as Grim builds a very nice house with building skills I don't have. Anyways, I'm ranting. Let's go. I noticed Nightbot is already taking care of all the night body things. Let's go find someone to raid. I might vibe too. Okay. No, I don't want to raid there because I don't want to get spoiled. Ooh, I'm tempted. I want to go into Silent Hill. I might get Silent Hill F myself, so I don't want to get it. I don't want to raid there. Sorry. CC, you know what? Let's go Bob or CC. Playing more Ace Attorney. We were making Phoenix Wright jokes earlier, as well. Jokes in quotes. I made a bad pun. Oh, we can go visit CC and see some Phoenix Wright. Right? Coffin. Oodles. All right. Well, have a good rest of your evening. Take care of yourself. Or morning if you're living in the future, like Leo. Have a great rest of your day. Hope to see you in one of our other streams. Thank you for coming by. And yeah, do what Siribot says. Stay hydrated. Don't do what I do. Not hydrate. Hee. Anyway, off we go. Okay. Good night, everybody. Bye.